Hey, Steve Moran here. We are on day 18 of our series on how to close your first deal selling products or services to senior living operators if you have no budget. We've talked about social media, we've talked about building relationships. The last 2 days, we have talked about the 7 steps that you need to go through to get to the close of your deal. You're now ready to close that. Your your prospect sees tremendous value in what you're doing. They're as excited as you are, and you are crazy excited about what you can do for them, right? This is not about a sale. This is about helping them. So you're all ready to go. So there's one more thing I actually haven't talked about, and I probably should have talked about earlier, and I feel badly about this. But here's the thing. You need to make sure that you are actually talking to somebody who is the decision maker. Now, typically, there is going to need to be one more sign off, somebody that you have never met, you've never talked to, you probably will never talk to. But if their team agrees, they think it's a great solution, they know they're looking at it, they are going to sign off. But I will tell you, too often what happens is that salespeople get so excited about selling their product or service that they actually don't stop to check and make sure that the person they're selling to can make a decision. I'm going to confess to you, I made this rookie mistake just a few months, a few weeks ago. We had somebody at a long conversation. They were so excited. I was so excited. I was so sure we could help them. I sent them a contract. They said that it was approved, that they were going to get it signed, that they talked to their managers. And after a week, I got nothing. So I reached out and I said, hey, what's going on? And they said, well, it turns out that we have a marketing manager and they've got different ideas, but this is still going to be approved. I knew right then that I blew it and it would never happen. It didn't happen. Ultimately, we signed a competitor, much better competitor, much happier. But truth is, we might have actually had both. It was a dumb rookie mistake. So now you have this big, huge question. It's so scary to ask this. And it can take several different forms, but it goes something like this. Does this work for you? What do you think? If you like it, what would the next steps be? And if you get something like, this looks pretty good, but let me go back and think about it and talk to my team, 8 times out of 10, you're dead. Might still happen, but probably not. You need to have them as enthusiastic as you are. And this is really your big chance to figure out what the objections are. So if there's any hesitancy, you need to ask the question, so what are you thinking about? What are you waiting on? What's the problem? Sometimes the problems are reasonable, need to make sense. You need to just work through them. Sometimes you go, man, this is not going to work. But this is your time to really dig deep. You've got to be willing to deal with those objections. You've got to have ready answers as to why this is a great deal for them, because again, you believe that, right? Then final question is this: how soon would you like to get started? You need to know this because it will tell you a lot about their intent. If they say 6 months, again, it might be reasonable and you might need to be able to work with that, but it will tell you a lot. The final thing you need to do is you need to talk about the rules of engagement and set proper expectations. So you need to talk about the things they need to do to be successful. It might be that they believe you're going to do everything and nothing ever works. If they think the vendor is going to do everything, it just doesn't work. It takes a partnership. It's why we call our sponsorships partnerships, because it takes both of us, and if they want us to do that. And then you need to go on and you say, so once we have the signed agreement, here's what needs to happen. I'll send you the agreement. You need to sign that. I'll send you an invoice. We need payment of whatever that initial payment is that you need. And once we have that, we are going to do these things. And I need you to do these things. If you've got agreement on that, you're about 80% of the way there. You never know 100% until you get the money. But I will tell you, almost always you are on the way there. So we're just about to celebrate, to drink some champagne or sparkling cider if that's your thing. But we're great. We are so close. We've got maybe 1 or 2 more videos and we will finish up the series. The last thing I want to say is, if you know someone who has some marketing budget and they really want to accelerate their growth into the senior living market space, at Senior Living Foresight, we would love to have a conversation with them about how we can help them with both strategy and telling their story to the best and most important and most enthusiastic and passionate decision makers in the marketplace. Thanks for watching.